Okay, that's your cue.
Okay, so we're gonna call to order the May 5th, 2025 meeting. We are having technical difficulties, so we will post this recording at a later time. All right, the time of the meeting is 6:45 and we'll start with the pledge.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And we will do Miriam here, Mark,
Here.
Christine, absent, Dr. Queseda,
Here.
Judy, here, Bob,
Here.
Del, here, Alvin,
Here.
Daniel, absent, Miss Miller, here, Langston and Sophia did not have to be here today for this. All right, so we'll start with public comments. We have quite a few. We'll start with Mr. Clifford.
Thank you.
Yep.
Guess I gotta go home and wipe my cat. Thank you. As I said before, I'm interested in the success of this academy for here. And I don't know that much about it, about what I presume with all the teachers here, you're gonna talk about the principal or superintendent, whatever you call them. I don't know him personally. I met with him once, so I don't have a great basis of fact, but that doesn't stop me because I'm a lawyer from before. But I did represent school districts for over 40 years. I work with superintendents and I work with boards. One of the things that you should consider if you're going to consider getting rid of this principal, historical knowledge of an institution is exceptionally important, especially if you're a small school like this. And this was just a primary example of what happens if you don't have the historical knowledge. Yes, this was an electronic device, but if you bring somebody new in, they're not going to know how this works, how your system works, how your school works. They're going to have to learn the historical stuff from ground zero. So if you're going to bring somebody else new in and get rid of this superintendent or principal, have somebody that already knows about the school. Have somebody that's experienced. I met with, because of the financial issues, I met with him for a few minutes. I found him very knowledgeable. And I assess people very quickly. He seemed fine to me, but I don't work with him. Good luck. I'm gotta walk my cat. Thank you.
Thank you. Hey, Ms. McCleary.
Hello, my name is Megan McCleary. I'm a second-year teacher here at OTA. In these past 2 years, Devin has shown nothing but compassion, kindness, and amazing leadership skills. His calm demeanor and fun personality makes him a joy to be around and to work for. He makes every day a good day to be at OTA. I hope he will continue to be our leader as we continue to better the amazing school that we already are.
Elizabeth.
Well, dear board, I've seen a very small part of what a principal does in a day, but what I do see, I'm amazed. I see Devin stopping and helping kids with special needs. I see him checking in with kids who are struggling socially. I see him reflecting and recalibrating. But I've rarely seen in my 30 years in education a principal that makes everyone feel so good, so respected, and so valued. Teaching is hard, and in the last 3 decades, it's gotten harder. Parents say things publicly that might once have only been said at the dinner table. State testing is more demanding. Every inch of every day is filled. Attention is down and distractibility is up. And every child is heard and respected by every teacher in this school because Devin makes us feel heard and respected. I respect my students enough to want the best for them, to want them to do their work, to try their hardest, and believe and behave in a manner that is fitting for the situation. It is not easy to correct students or encourage them to do their best. It is easier to be apathetic and to write them off. And in 30 years, I've had many, many parents come up to me and run into me years later and thank me for caring enough to demand the best from their students. And I've had students run into me and tell me the same thing. And administrations to support me in those goals, even when it isn't easy. Parents do and will push back. Devin always made me feel that the support would be there if I should ever need it. If there is a trickle-down effect that can be seen in the joy and excitement for learning that's evident on this campus, there's also a trickle-down effect in commitment. I know times will require teachers to lean in, work harder with less, and demand even more of themselves. But I need you to know that they are willing to do that with Devin. I have never seen a principal ask teachers to make sacrifices in a meeting with no pushback. Not an eye roll, not a side glance. Everyone was literally working as a team with Devin as the captain. It is rare to be this respected and well regarded by every single staff member. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Cuthers.
Thank you. I do have two statements to make. The first is a message from Ms. Fernandez. She emailed me a statement that she wanted me to read on her behalf. So I'm going to start with that. OTA means a lot to me. It's a school that I hope I can send my daughter to. From the curriculum to the staff and the administration, it's a safe place where students can thrive. When I first joined OTA in December of 2012, I witnessed a different dynamic. The teacher turnover rate was high for multiple reasons, and our community felt fragmented. Over the years, we've seen a few principals come and go, but under the leadership of Devin Phillips, OTA is a stronger community. Mr. Phillips has created a workplace that allows teachers and staff to support one another. His commitment to each of us is evident through his individual weekly meetings where we feel heard, valued, and empowered to share our feedback, discuss challenges, and brainstorm solutions together. This level of engagement was not something I experienced in the past. Devin's approach has resulted in a retention rate that speaks volumes about the positive changes taking place at OTA. It's important that we continue to foster this community and support leaders who prioritize teachers and students. I hope we can all work together to ensure OTA remains a place where both teachers and students can flourish. Thank you, Jennifer. And then my statement. As a new teacher here at Old Town Academy, having Devin's support in these last 2 years has made it possible for me to come into my own as this school's STEM teacher. When I started here in the fall of 2023, I was nervous and absolutely beside myself with fear of disappointing everyone around me. My boss, my colleagues, my students, and their parents. I second guessed every plan that I made, and I felt like I was about to have a nervous breakdown before the school year began. It was Devin's support and confidence in me that got me through those first few weeks. I will never forget a conversation I had with him while I was still trying to figure out how to put together a whole curriculum for 3 separate grades of STEM while trying to imagine an entirely new robotics program that I had no familiarity with. While hoping to get a sign off on my ideas, he stopped me and said, "James, you're the professional here, and I trust that you know what you're doing. If you tell me that this is what's going to be the best for our kids, then that's what we're going to do." He didn't say it dismissively or casually, just to make me stop bothering him, even if that was definitely a benefit. He said it with conviction and with certainty. The California Teachers Association published a report from the Learning Policy Institute in 2017 that showed that the workplace condition most predictive of teacher turnover was a lack of administrative support. With firsthand experience, I can tell you that if I did not have Devin's support, after some of the things that parents have said to me in my time at OTA, I would not be a teacher at OTA today. The things that parents feel entitled to say to teachers is sometimes shocking, And having Devin there to remind us that we actually are valued is sometimes the only thing that allows us to walk out of this building prepared to come back and do it all over again the next day. Parents understand their children in a vacuum, but they often don't understand or believe what their child is like in a room of 20+ other kids while some old guy tries to teach them science. It's like herding cats, if you also had to teach those same cats about science. To be clear, I love my students, but they sometimes drive me to the edge of sanity. At that point, it can fall to a single parent to push me beyond that edge, and only Devin's support that pulls me back. Devin's faith in me gave me everything I needed to put my doubts behind me and become the teacher that I am today. Devin's support of me gives me everything I need to keep coming back when things get difficult. If there is any question of who should lead this school in the years to come, look to any public schools turnover rate. Ask them what they would give to have a staff full of teachers that want to return year after year. That's what you have here. And you owe that to the leadership of one person. If I could grant all of you one professional wish, it's that you would have the privilege and the joy of working for somebody like Devin Phillips. Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Rice?
So I don't know if I'll be as eloquent as James. I kind of hope that he'd go last, but I do want to start my statement with that. I agree with everything that my colleagues have said up to this point. And that I know for a fact that many of the colleagues that are not here agree with us. Upon being hired at OTA, until being hired at OTA, excuse me, all of my experiences with principals and administrators were often cold and distant. If they were in a classroom, they were acting as a fly on a wall, a stone cold face, unapproachable, and just there to observe. But when I was hired at OTA, I was introduced to a different kind of culture and leadership, one based on kindness, joy, and encouragement. This culture at OTA is due largely in part to Devin and the type of person that he is. He has pushed me as an educator to grow and get better, not just year after year, but day after day. He is always somebody I can go to collaborate with, and I trust his opinion and judgment, as does he mine. When he is in my classroom, he might see me working with multiple students at a time, and instead of just being that stone cold face in the corner, observing me struggle and try to fit the needs of 20 students at a time, he jumps right in and supports them as well. Being a hands-on principal with both his students and staff is one of the things that sets him apart as a leader. When I first started at OTA, I had known Devin for less than a week when I informed him that I had 2 grandfathers with cancer, and I was terrified that something would happen to either of them, and I would have to leave work at a moment's notice. As a first-year teacher, the thought terrified me. Instead of writing me off or being like, well, you have PTO, don't worry about it, Devin's first response was, are you okay? That sounds like a lot. He told me not to worry. He told that everything on the work end would be okay, and if heaven forbid anything happened, he would help me handle it. I wouldn't be by myself. I unfortunately had to take him up on that offer less than a week later when my grandfather passed away the Tuesday before school started my first year of teaching. And again, this school year, when my grandfather passed away the week before Thanksgiving. I knew that my class would be okay because Devin would make sure that it would be okay. And he would make sure that my coworkers would help and that the subs would be on top of it. I did not have to sacrifice my personal life and being there for my family because I had a leader like Devin who made me know that it was okay and it was important to take care of myself in that way, and that taking care of myself will make me a better educator at the end of it. This unwavering support and kindness from the leadership and from Devin is one of the reasons that I'm honored to be a teacher here at OTA, and this school wouldn't be what it is without him. Thank you.
Ms. Miller.
Hi, everyone. My name is Andrea Miller, and I've been a middle school math teacher here at OTA for the last 5 years. I met our principal and executive director, Devin Phillips, during a one-on-one meeting in the spring of 2022. I sat down at the table, and the first thing I told him was, "I'm not gonna lie, I'm ready to quit teaching. I've taught for 8 years, and I believe this year was my last one." To put that statement into context, my first 6 years as a teacher, I worked at a school with 0 staff turnover. During my first year as an OTA teacher, there was a brand new principal leading OTA, and we lost 4 staff members. During my second year as a teacher at OTA, there was a brand new principal leading OTA, and we lost 12 staff members. Going into my third year, knowing that yet again, there would be a brand new teacher, brand new principal leading OTA with an entire brand new staff, I did not think I had it in me to be a teacher that I knew I could be with another principal entering the position, and I knew my students deserved a teacher that wasn't going to be a shell of what she once was. Devin did not know me, did not know the kind of teacher I was. He had never observed me teaching. He didn't really know anything about me other than I'm the girl that wants to quit teaching. He told me to give him a chance. He told me to give OTA one more chance. And if I did, he would work with me on all the reasons what led me to want to quit teaching. And over the last 3 years, he's lived up to that promise. Over the last 3 years, no matter how busy or how much work Devin has had on his plate, he made time for me. Devin makes sure every teacher feels supported, feels appreciated, feels like they're making a difference in this profession, which is something that's so uncommon for teachers to feel. He has always been there for me to vent, to strategize, to find solutions, to listen to me complain. If you know me, I come with a list of about 10 items every single week to complain to him about. And he finds solutions to practically every one of those, or he just listens. He helps me be the teacher that my students deserve and need. I would not be at OTA anymore if it wasn't for Devin being our principal. And I would not be the teacher I am today without his strong leadership skills and guidance throughout these last 3 years. I truly believe that if we want to continue building OTA, Devin should be the leader of our school. And as this teacher representative of the OTA school board, I know this statement reflects the views of our entire staff at OTA as well. Thank you.
Okay, so we're gonna jump into closed session. Thank you guys all for coming. Yeah. You need help with the. And the muting of this thing, yeah. Thank you guys.
The board is coming out of closed session at 9:40, with nothing to report.